Hey guys, how you doing? Danny here. Whoa, what a hike. I'm tired, bushed. Hot today. Well, we're going to be hitting this little hot streak for the next 4 or 5 days again, so I thought I'd come up here right now and get some work done before the heat really hits. I'll be out of here before the heat really hits because these guys won't be out here in the heat. Take my word for it, they're going to be under the ground where it's nice and cool. Anyway, if you're wondering where I'm at right now, I'm at a place what we call the Middle Fork. Okay, and this is a fresh flowing river. As you can see. Anyway, the reason I'm here is because something really spectacular happened here years ago. Now the way the story goes is this. Right in this area, 1964, 1965, up here to Sierras in that time period, we had extremist snowfall, okay? And that was in 64, 65 compounded that with even a more intense winter, okay? So what happened is when they had the meltdown, came up higher up above me in the Sierras. So what's special about this place? For years and years, goes way, way back to the miner days. See, right through here, this would be laced with miners back in the 1849 up until mid to late 1850s. They mined all this, pulled out a lot of gold. The story goes like this. Down in this area, and a few miles downriver, there was a group of hybrid hominids that lived there. They have been seen many a times by miners and such. No one ever really said anything. No one documented nothing. It was just accepted. They were here before they were here. They didn't care. As long as you got along, that's all that mattered. Anyway, so we had the Great Flood in 65. This water here went way surpast my camera, way above my head, by probably, I'd say 10 to 15 feet above me. So you had this rushing river going down. Come up from higher up, all the way down, and then it runs into every other one that's linked to it, which runs right down into the valley, clear into the Trinity River, way up north in the Sierras. So, a couple miles down the river here, when they had the great meltdown, all that snow melted down, there was nothing they could do with the water flow. It flooded everything. It wiped everything out. Everything in its path, clear up to the Trinity. They say, after the Great Flood, it started receding. So now we're between 66 and 67. Nobody had seen these cryptid entities anymore. Some say the whole group got washed down with the flood. Some say some still survived. And it doesn't matter any hoot because they're up here anyway. I know that's a fact. I've documented them too many times. That is what happened through here. Is that fact or fiction? That's fact. The big flood did happen. Oh, and incidentally, if anybody had seen the Patterson film at all, or if you studied the Patterson film, where Patty was taken from Patterson and Giblin was right off the Trinity River. If you looked in that video, you'll see all kinds of debris. That was left from the big flood, 65. And that was right there at the Bluff Creek where Patty was filmed. There you go. If Patty's real, then wouldn't you assume that the ones here are real? Besides, I really don't care who thinks they're real or not. I know they're real. That's all that matters to me. Anyway, good story, huh? But it's true, guys. It's true. Now I'll tell you something else, too. If you follow this up north, this runs right into the canyons right there. That is where me and G, in 2012, is where I got my very first crystal clear sighting of one of these hominids. And I got to study this guy for a good length of time. That's why I know that certain species from hundreds of thousands of years ago are still living and existing through these hybrid hominids. Okay? That is a fact, my friends. That is a fact. So, oh, and by the way, get this. Pretty soon I'm going to take a tour down here river. I'll take you with me. One more thing I want to say before I let you go. Before I got here, I stopped by where the solution cave was. The subterranean one. I told you that there was some hominid members that were inside that solution cave when I was in it about pretty close to 200 feet inside the mountain. Now, you remember how I always told you how dangerous this job can be. My research is it's not a walk in the park, and it's not no picnic. Anybody's been out with me will tell you that. Anywho, as far as I know, there was only one way in, one way out of that solution cave. I just came back from it before I got here. I wanted to see what was going on there. You can believe this, guys. The whole side of the mountain buckled and it caved in. I got a piece of a hunk of rock that blocked the whole entrance that weighs probably 3 tons. Period. End of story. And there's no other way out of there. If I would have had been inside that solution cave, right, I would not be here right now. End of story. There was no way out. Nobody would even know you were in there. That's how you would die. What a terrible way to go. So, like I said, you don't think what I do is dangerous, you better think twice. That's just haps like that. That's not counting out here when you got all your apex predators. Straight up, man. Straight up. Got to know what you're doing. Have the background. Anyway, I'm going to give you a tour here in a second. I got to go. It's getting hot. I think I might jump in here for a little bit. I'll catch you a few. Bye. Oh, one more thing. One more thing before I let you go. I almost forgot. Heat stroke. Nah, just kidding. I did a second special guest segment for Vic Cundiff on my Bigfoot sighting radio talk show. I did it a couple days ago. It's a part 2. That's a little over an hour long. Hey guys, check it out. Listen to it. It's good. It's good. It's probably almost as good as the first one. And I've been getting some good responses off both. Okay, you got to check it out. Straight up, man. You might be able to find it through. I think it's Bigfoot Eyewitness Radio. Try that too. But anywho, it's there. Check it out, guys. I gotta go. I'm gonna jump in here real quick, cool off. Okay, I'll be right with you. Bye.